Welcome back to Strategic Project Management, leading projects, delivering value. I'm Ishaku Ibrahim. In this episode, we are building the foundation necessary for you to navigate your projects effectively. We'll explore how projects move through different phases and how the environment around you shapes your success. If you're ready, let's dive in. A project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product, service, or result. That means every project has a beginning and an end, and it delivers something new. Unlike operations which are ongoing, projects are finite and focus on delivering specific objectives. For instance, building a new office is a project, while maintaining the office is an operation. Now let's talk about one of the most important concepts in project management, and that is the project life cycle. Every project progresses through 5 process groups, and these aren't necessarily sequential steps, but rather groups of processes that can interact and overlap depending on the project. The initiating process group is where the project officially begins. It's about defining the project at a high level, identifying key stakeholders, and seeking authorization to proceed. The key outputs here include the project charter and stakeholder identification. Think of this as planting the seed. You're getting approval to start the work. The planning process group is where the real detail for the project is developed. This includes defining the scope, setting out objectives, creating schedules, budgeting, identifying risks, and planning for communication, quality, procurement, and more. Planning is iterative. It often revisits and refines details as the project unfolds. It's like designing a house. You lay out every detail before construction starts. The executing process group is where the work gets done. Deliverables are developed, teams are managed, and resources are coordinated. This phase is all about action, turning plans into outcomes. Communication here is vital as managing stakeholder expectations. Think of builders on site, following plans and getting things done. The monitoring and controlling process group runs alongside the execution phase. Here, the focus is on tracking performance, measuring progress against the plan, and implementing change control. The key outputs here includes performance reports, risk updates, and approved change requests. It's like quality checking and adjusting cars as you drive towards your destination. Finally, the closing process group wraps everything up. It ensures that all deliverables are complete, stakeholder approval is obtained, and lessons learned are documented. It also ensures that contracts are closed, where resources are released, and the project is formally closed. It's like handing over the keys to a new home with all paperwork signed and systems in place. Now, these process groups, that is the initiating, the planning, the executing, monitoring and control, and closing, are the framework for managing any project, big or small. They don't always occur in strict order, but each plays a critical role in the success of any project. Now, every project exists in a broader environment. The 2 key influences are the enterprise environmental factors, what we call the EEFs. These are external or internal conditions, like the company culture, the market conditions, regulations, or available tools. We also have what we call the organizational process assets, the OPAs. This includes templates, historical data, processes, and lessons learned from previous projects. As a project manager, you must know how to leverage on OPAs and navigate the EEFs to lead effectively. Your organization structure imparts your authority as a project manager. If you are in a functional organization, your authority is limited. The functional manager makes decisions. If you are in a projectized environment, you have full control over resources and decisions. But if you are in a matrix organization, which is a blend of all, you have shared authority. Knowing your environment enables you to manage expectations and communicate effectively. No 2 projects are the same. Tailoring means adapting project management practices to fit your project size, culture, complexity, and risks. What works for a software rollout might not work for a highway construction project. Learn how your organization makes decisions. Build relationship early, especially with sponsors and team leads. And don't underestimate your company culture. It shapes everything from communication to risk tolerance. I shall be giving you more and more tips in subsequent series. Stay locked. Now let's do some recap. Projects follow a life cycle from initiation to closure. The environment around a project, including people, processes, and culture, greatly affects its success. The project size, its complexity, culture, and risks determine the project management practice to adapt. Therefore, tailor your approach to fit the context. We have finally come to the end of this exciting discussion. In our next episode, we'll explore the role of a project manager, from being a team leader to acting as a value driver. But before I conclude, I would like to leave you with this thought. Based on the definition of what a project is, are human beings projects? Are you a project? What do you think? Let me hear your view in the comment section. Let the discussion continue there. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to someone who is navigating the project world. Bye-bye.